We now go to Mexico, where after a damning report by the OAS, the Human Rights Commission, of the disappearance of the 43 Ayotzinapa students, the government has decided to reopen investigations into the case. Our correspondent Clinton Khan has more.
The main conclusion made in the 500-page independent report that the 43 Ayotzinapa students were not incinerated in a garbage dump in Cocula, Guerrero, contradicting the official investigation, is of no surprise for many in the streets of the Mexican capital.
Many of us believed that all of this was manipulated. Well, not necessarily manipulated, but there were lines of inquiry that have not been investigated.
I think the entire chain of power needs to be investigated and they need to be punished. It doesn't matter what level they are.
Maybe they have them hidden somewhere, and they apply so much investigation and spend so much money to cover up one lie with another.
While the demand of the families of the youth to investigate the role of the federal police and military in the forced disappearance of the students has been consistently denied by the authorities, the independent investigators affirmed that these security forces were involved.
According to documents in the official investigation through surveillance video, state and federal police, as well as the army, all had information on what was happening.
Meanwhile, the reaction by the federal government to the independent report has been cautious, reaffirming the position that the students were incinerated, but yet the authorities will re-examine forensic and scientific evidence and continue their investigation.
There will be a solicitation of a new forensic investigation through a collegiate team of forensic investigators of the highest prestige.
However, in a press conference by the families and classmates of the disappeared youth, the question into the motive of the crime circulates. Some analysts point to a missing bus used by the students and erased from the official investigation as key.
In one of the buses that were taken, there may have been a lot of heroin or opium that made the attackers block the road that exited Iguala. It is hard to explain the action in other way. It was too violent and too aggressive.
Finally, the families of the victims continued their demand for the return of the students, as well as a meeting with Mexico's President Enrique Peña Nieto and the permanent presence of the independent investigators until truth and justice is served. Clinton Khan, Telesur, Mexico City.